Hey.
How we
I don't
doing?
know what that was.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up?
What's going on?
What the hell is
I got
going
Tourette's
on
today,
here?
but
I
apparently
don't know. I don't know. Fett, how are you doing, bud? It's good to see you again.
I'm good, man. How you guys doing today?
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. JB, how are you doing today, bud?
Pumped, man. Yeah, having a good day. Been reading comic books and watching Star Wars, and I'm all geeked out, man. So let's roll.
What comic books are you reading right now?
Dude, I'm reading a ton of stuff.
I have to ask you this. You're the comic book guy. What are you reading right now?
I am reading a ton of stuff. As a matter of fact, right now, my next video that I'm going to drop is going to be talking about the Ten of Swords storyline. Now, I was big in, it's the X-Men storyline. I was big into the X-Men during the House of X Powers of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they released all those titles, I was like, ooh, dude, you guys are killing me, man. Way too many titles, right? I'm going to go broke doing all these titles. So I'll get them all to start, because of course I could buy all the number ones, because that's what comic book people do. I buy all the number ones, and then I say, I'm not going to buy all the number twos. Let me read these. Well, they all end on cliffhangers, which makes me buy number twos.
Hey.
Needless to say, this goes on week after week after week. I never drop any of the X
That's
titles.
why I'm trying to.
Hey, JKL. I never drop any X title. And then they start bringing on more titles. And I'm like, no, that's where I draw the line.
This is ridiculous.
Well, I think X-Men, they've been bringing out a ton of X-Men lately.
Well, they brought out Hellions. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then they brought out Cable. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And then they said Ten of Swords. And I said, yes, I am going to do it. And guess what you got to buy? Guess what you got to buy? You got to buy Hellions. You got to buy Cable. And you got to buy all these other titles to tie in this story, which has got me sucked in, just completely sucked in. So I'm going to be doing a video where this week's releases were basically parts 17, 18, and 19. And I go over what's going on in this tournament because it goes wacky. The tournament goes wacky. Okay. We thought it was going to be, sword battles. We knew in 16 when she said put the swords down and arm wrestle that things were about to get kind of goofy. They completely go off the rails, man. I mean, we're talking there's a contest, there's a disco dancing contest, there's a there's just craziness contest, and the points are stacking up. It's been a fantastic read. Look for the video to get caught up if you're not reading it. Maybe you can jump on in the end. But I'm definitely reading that. And then people say there's nothing good out right now. You're not reading Die? Fantastic. She got the die. The Dungeon Master die. She got it. What does that mean? I'm not spoiling it for you. You know what it's supposed to mean. Get over there and buy it. What about Once in Future?
That was the best line I've ever heard right there.
You like that? What about Once in Future? Are you guys not reading Once in Future with Granny? What? Just read the first 3 pages of this one. The art is fantastic, and Granny is awesome when she's awesome. All right. But this is what I was waiting for. And tell me you're not reading Batman.
The only one I read is Deadpool.
When they introduce a new character, and this guy's the Ghost Maker. First of all, everyone's laughing at his name in Gotham, which really pisses him off, right? Come to find out, he is actually coming to Gotham to do Batman's job because he don't think Batman can do his job well enough. And it's really freaking cool. Tinian's killing it right now.
Did that one just came out? Because I like that cover.
Yep. And then we got Venom 30. Now I will tell you, Venom 30 was the end of this Venom, what do they call it? Venom Beyond storyline arc. I was disappointed.
There's a good comic book.
I'll just give you the synopsis. I was disappointed in the outcome.
I've been disappointed with the writer and the artist of the Deadpools right now. I don't understand anything they're saying. I mean, I got to be stupid because I don't understand nothing they're saying. The comic book doesn't make any sense. Maybe once you read all of them, they're gonna make sense in the end. But I doubt it.
Possible sometimes.
So now let's talk Star Wars. Nobody cares about these comic books on this show. We'll be talking Star Wars.
So, JB, take over. The beginning of the scene, what did you think? Narrate us through it.
I would have thought what JK was going to know, but I'll start. This episode's titled The Siege. This episode's titled The Siege, right? And JK nailed it. And I think you guys nailed it, that he's going to get repairs because his ship is beat to hell.
He had
the Razor Crest is beat to hell. And it opens with Baby Yoda trying to help him fix something, and I thought it was a cute scene. No, blue, red, no, don't touch him. And
well, how many people were sitting there going, "Please touch the wires together. Please touch the wires together. Please touch them together."
How many of y'all thought he touched him on purpose? Because I'm convinced he touched him on purpose.
I thought it was done really cute, man. What did you guys think?
It was like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like Baby Groot and Rocket. That same little, don't push the button.
Whatever you do, don't push the button. Yeah, no, you're right, definitely. So anyway, they're on their way to Navarro. And that's where he's thinking, hey, last I left Cara Dune, and what's the other guy's name?
Grief Karga. I left these two there. Let's see what happened.
Hopefully things are doing well and they can help me out.
Mm-hmm.
And they land there, and you get this first interaction between the characters. What did you guys think? I'll let you give me some feedback on that. What do you guys think about that first interaction with these characters? First of all, Cara got big.
So I'm gonna before we go to the interaction of the characters, why did she kill that group? I know between like the four of y'all can tell me why did she kill that group?
Marshall scene.
Hold on, what, I'm not gonna ask. This is something that I caught that I didn't know if it was or not, and I figured I had to ask JB and JKL. When she took those guys out, weren't they in the armory?
Yes, that was the covert that the Mandalorians were in. Like when they first panned down, you see the skull, you see the outline of the skull, it was gone. So
I thought that was the armory.
How did I miss that scene? Yeah, that before they land, you've got that scene where Cara, and she's referenced, this is important at the very beginning, when she comes in and breaks up this little transaction of these fools counting money, what do they reference her as?
The Marshal.
JKL, did you hear that? They referenced her as the Marshal, because I wrote it down. As the Marshal. So she's taken on this role and a few pounds and decided that she's gonna, kind of police the area.
She was definitely thick.
Listen,
she was thick. Carano will drop kick me big time, but she
could be watching.
See, I thought she was a hot chick. Look, I thought she was a hot chick.
Sir.
Say what?
Yeah, Glamazon.
Yeah, I thought she was a hot thick, but I mean, she's definitely thicker now.
JK, what's your background again, JK? What's your background?
MMA fighter.
No, not in the show. In the show, the character Cara, she's a jump trooper.
Shock trooper, I believe. For the
shock trooper.
Republic. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so she was a stormtrooper, right?
No, she was a Republic trooper, not the Empire, not for the Empire. So she fought for the Republic.
I guess I was confused on that.
I've always been kind of confused as to what her military background was.
Yeah.
But here, she seems to take out these fools with no problem.
No problem.
And then the kind of statement she says at the end of it was, "Oh, I know now. I got to return this."
Yeah, to its rightful owner. So I'm assuming they were like raiders or something that stole whatever it was that they had, and she went to get it back. Like she's trying to keep law and order. That's what I assumed from the scene.
So have we seen these guys before? What species are they? Do we know?
I don't remember their names, but in A New Hope, when Luke and Obi-Wan go to the bar,
yes,
on Tatooine, that's the one who got his arm cut off.
It's the guy who got his arm cut off.
It's that species. I don't remember the name of the species, but yeah, I know they used to call him the Walrus Man, but that's
right. So it's not the first time we've seen him.
No, definitely a reference.
There's a ton of A New Hope throwbacks in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So a ton of them.
All right. Hey, look, this was one of the most exciting ones, and I think me and Chris were saying this before everybody really came on.
My favorite one so far.
I enjoyed this one probably the most out of all of them.
My favorite one of the second season.
I was like this for 90% of it. I mean, so it was a really good one.
Side mission, I was still down for it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, and this wasn't really a forced side mission because he had to sit there and wait for his ship to get repaired anyway. So it's like, all right, well, I got nothing better to do.
But before you got on though, I told the guys, it's like, did anyone else, when you're watching the show, especially the way this season has been going, and all of a sudden you hear them guys go, "Oh, but we need your help." Like in my head, I said, "Side mission."
Yeah.
It's like I need that blinking light to go on.
So JB, going back to what you were saying, first like thoughts. I don't know. I didn't know how they were going to go together. I was really expecting them to double cross him. Is my first thoughts in that.
Well, I think it was kind of interesting that these two people that he left are now kind of in charge. this, the one character is referencing literally is this my planet and get them off my planet. He said my planet,
Right.
and she's the marshal of this town, and there's business and it's prospering.
Yes.
And when she takes him into what he is like, I can't believe this place is still here. I'm assuming this was the saloon,
Right?
and it's a school.
Yeah.
You're kind of, this is cool, man.
Yeah.
I like this. Now he drops Baby Yoda off in the very first seat, and you get that cookie.
Dude, that cookie exchange was the best.
That was
ever.
cute. Come on,
No,
man.
it's not. Listen,
It's not cute.
if I have cookies and you ask me for a cookie and I say no, and you steal my cookie,
You steal my cookies.
I don't have to give you a cookie.
He demoed the cookies.
That's the path to the dark side, man.
The best part about that is he literally
After
took a
the
bite.
dark
And looked
side.
he took a bite and looked at him and be like, "What?"
Yeah.
He
Now,
demoed the
Like, do
cookies.
something. He's a bully. He's like, do something, son. What you got? Come on. No.
So here's a good one. Did anybody notice he didn't pass out this time when he used the Force?
Yeah.
Nah, well, that was a small thing, so I didn't think
You
that
move
was
some cookies.
pass out. But he should be getting stronger anyway. So
That's kind of what I took from that is he's getting stronger, and they were kind of showing you that he was getting stronger.
yeah.
I mean, and I think that was the first time that I've really just seen him kind of use the Force for fun.
In this season, I think it's the entire time. It's the first time
Right.
he's
the
used
first
it.
time
this
this
season.
season. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, the first time this season is the first time he's used the Force, and he does it to steal some cookies.
Yeah.
Demoed the cookies. I loved it. I loved it. I almost fell off my chair when he said, hey, give them to me. Because
And
he
the funny-
asked.
Yeah. And
He
was like,
tried to be
"Nah."
nice about it.
Yeah.
He did. He tried to be nice.
And the funny thing is, I just finished watching the movie Friday on Thursday. So to see him like just jack the cookies, I was like, yo, he pulled a Debo. He just took them.
Yes, he did.
All right. So they meet. He says, yeah, my best guys will work on your ship. Let me show you what we've done with the town. And one of the other guys he runs into is the bookkeeper, who was the first bounty of season 1, episode 1. Right? So they tied all the way back to that dude who was surprised he had a bounty on him, but he wasn't, because comes to find out the person he had double crossed that
Was Grief Karga.
was Grief put the bounty on him for cooking the bugs.
Yeah.
So he's working for him again, and this character, ends up playing a big role in this episode, and kind of the comedy relief and the taxi, and so yeah, I thought he was a kind of a fun character. Now that his species, have we ever seen him before prior to season 1, episode 1?
As far as I know, I think in one of the comics they had a species like it. I thought the whole species was named the Mithril, but he was calling him Mithril. So I don't know if that's his name or is he just calling him Mithril like he calls Mando because he's a Mandalorian. I don't know. But I believe the species has been seen before, but I believe this is the first time on camera.
So there was a whole lot of information that was given out in this episode that now starts to come. Now you start to figure out a lot more stuff.
Well, who wants to break down what the quote unquote mission is? Anybody?
Well, the mission was to basically just blow up that building because they thought it was a skeleton crew.
And this building is sitting on lava, and it's harvesting lava. So the plan is, hey, we're gonna go in there, we're gonna drain the coolant from the reactor, which is gonna take and this thing's gonna just basically blow. Right. So what did you guys think of this plan there? Because that they're thinking it's just should be an abandoned munitions kind of place dump. But when Din Djarin uses the jets to go up, and a couple bodies come down, and they get up there, and he goes, "This place is not empty."
Right.
This
really
is
cool scene,
far
too.
from empty.
Yeah, once they figured out there was people there, you had to know it was more important than just weapons, because you figured they would have just left that crap. So it had to be something more important than just that.
So now we're coming upon basically, which is the reveal of the season, or not even just this season. It's the reveal of
From last season. Why they wanted the child in the first place.
Yeah,
because they
a whole
did.
lot together.
Because remember, in season 1, they did harvest some blood.
Yes,
Right.
From Baby Yoda, or whatever the heck we're calling this kid, right? Now we see where that blood went. and it's
yeah,
it's the big reveal. Now, did you notice did you recognize it right away when you saw it?
No.
Yes,
I didn't recognize it at all.
I love it every same time. JKL's always like yes, and these two are like always like no.
Not at all.
It was a clone.
Did you recognize it?
No.
You didn't recognize when you saw the tubes and the clone?
I didn't either.
That it was Snoke back up in there?
Yeah, it was a clone.
They were all different clones of Snoke.
Mm-hmm.
Snoke.
Fett, did you not notice that until we just said it? His mind is
really
blown. Look at his face right now.
I could just tell that they were just doing experiments on people. So that's all I could tell, but I couldn't tell who it was exactly.
Oh,
yeah, it looked like
wow, yeah. This is the big.
They didn't verify, but it looked
it looked like Snow.
That's why they panicked.
No clone.
Who is Snoke, by the way? And I think it would be a really dumb question.
From the newest trilogy, the guy
the newest trilogy, what you thought was the main villain,
Supreme Leader Snoke.
Yep.
Supreme Leader Snoke, who was killed in the second one when you're like, wait, there's another movie. What the hell? It wasn't about him.
Right. And it was
and you find out it wasn't about him.
That he was a clone that Emperor Palpatine basically had made to be like a puppet for him. So, yeah, so now you see they had clones out there.
And here's the most important line of the whole episode, I think, is coming up where Wayne, do you know what it was? It's coming up in this because they want to pull up data, so they send little shark face guy or whatever it is, to hey, go get the data. And you knew something was important with the data because as soon as they breached the walls, they were like destroy it all. Destroy it all. And they're trying to destroy all the data, everything, because this has got to be something important. Well, they didn't. Obviously, he goes, runs another. I think it's a hologram.
Yeah,
right.
And it's recording basically an update from the scientist to Moff Gideon, right? I think it's an update to Moff Gideon, and he's explaining the following: that they were unsuccessful in the last transfusion until we can obtain more sample with the high M count. By the way, if you don't know what the M stands for, it stands for metachloridians, which is the thing that we talked about that is in the blood, which is why they were harvesting that. If we cannot harvest more of this higher M count, that I don't know what to tell you, we're kind of done here. This goes all the way back to these cartoons, guys. They have been collecting force sensitive children for a while.
Yeah.
And people stopped, and we, the Star Wars fans kind of just blew over it, which comes to the realization for me that is this story been percolating for way back in the day when somebody was thinking of the cartoons and were they able to twist it and adapt it a little bit? That maybe they were trying to get the kids just because they wanted to kill them all, but really we're finding out they wanted the kids because they wanted to harvest high metachloridian blood samples to infuse into your clones.
Well, remember Dave Filoni, he's the showrunner for this show, and he's also did the Clone Wars and Rebels. So a lot of the stuff from the cartoons he's incorporating into this show and making it tie in to the movies. So he's doing a lot of gap filling and also making relevant things that people probably didn't know about the movies to the cartoons to this show. I mean, this episode was really good at tying all of it together.
The writers for them are genius. They've been genius, and if they didn't have a big master story, who is it?
Dave Filoni,
the director. Who was the director and writer for this episode? We were supposed to mention that at the very beginning. Remember, we want to always mention who was the writer and director.
I don't know who wrote it. I believe Filoni wrote it, but the director was Carl Weathers. He played Grief Karga. Carl Weathers directed this one. Yeah.
No. Carl Weathers. Wow.
Yeah. So that was awesome. And I like how he gave himself a lot of screen time.
He did. That's awesome.
Listen, if I'm directing, I'm showing off my acting skills, baby. I'm in there.
Is that what it is?
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Another thing I want to mention, and my wife watched this episode with me. She never watches this. And when it went from... Nah, she just, passively will watch it on the side. But when that chase, when they steal this thing to get away, and that chase where it goes from speeder bikes to TIE fighters, my wife was sitting up on the edge of her seat. She goes, "Wow, this is just TV, right?" And I went, "Yeah, right." Exactly. I mean, this is just a TV show.
Absolute movie quality right there. It was awesome.
That is what we're getting. We're getting Star Wars quality movie, quality action and scenes with all of the elements that we want in a TV show.
It's insane. It is just insane. It makes you understand why it took them a year, right, to make the 8 episodes. I mean, it lets you understand when you're looking at what they did. I mean, it had to be an act of, I just can't imagine what they did to make it, to pull it off. When she's walking on the edge of that base,
I really thought she was on the edge.
Yes, I did too.
So I was like, "Oh, step back! What are you doing?"
Yes, and at that moment, I realized that LED blankets that they made all the way around that studio are performing that well. I mean, that you looked at it and thought, she is on the edge.
Like, what are you doing?
Not at all.
Man. And I don't really have a fear of heights, but when I'm up high with no type of protection, I'm like, nah, man. She was just too close for comfort. I was looking at that like, come on.
It's called self-preservation.
Yeah, I think we can clearly say this is not a filler episode. This was a key episode. This advanced a lot of what's going on here. So when you rank your scores and you're thinking, okay, was it a filler episode? Was there plenty of action? Did I like how it ended? This one starts to check off a lot of those boxes, man, and it hits them all. Yes. Did I get my references to my early 70s or late 70s Star Wars? Did I get, all those little Easter eggs? This thing checks the boxes. Disney's crushing it right now.
Yeah, all the graphics on all the screens and everything is straight throwback to A New Hope. Like, it all looks just like it did in that movie. So definitely felt Star Wars throughout the whole episode.
Hey, they're doing a really good job. Really good job with what they're doing. This was a really good one, though. I love how this one tied, like, even some of the beginning Mandalorians back. I mean, we made a full circle in a lot of the things that are going on.
Wait, did we say who directed that one?
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Now, who is Carl Weathers in the acting of that?
Grief Karga.
Actually, you're wrong on that one a little bit. The Siege was actually written by Jon Favreau.
Oh, it's written by Jon Favreau. Okay. Well, I thought Filoni.
Dave Filoni directed the next episode.
Yeah, he's directing the 5th. I know that one. Yeah.
So how many out of 8 episodes, Jon Favreau wrote 6 of them.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I know Filoni has been writing some of them too, but I thought he wrote this one. All right,
we're more than halfway done. Or where are
we
at
halfway.
Now?
No, we're at the
halfway point. Unfortunately enough, we made it to the halfway point.
Ooh, it's gonna be good.
It was a quick
good, man.
I can't wait.
What did we think when they went to chasing? When they were chasing her on the bike?
I thought it was funny that 2 of them crashed like right as it started.
Yeah.
As soon as they went to go chase them, 2 of them crashed like simultaneously. I thought it was cool.
That was that CGI work.
It was but I felt bad for him. I was like, poor guys. They
right.
Block,
It's like
they didn't even make it down the hill.
Yeah, just like when the child was trying to convince them to put the wires together and stuff at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I was worried. I was like, oh no.
Well, you knew nothing was going to happen to Baby Yoda. Yeah. But at the same time, you were like, oh, please.
Yeah.
I was saying, please touch him. Just please. Just
he
touch him together.
He was just looking back and forth at the wire.
Like, what?
How's our anxiety levels when Mando took off to go get the child?
See, when that happened, okay, I got to go back to the beginning when he landed the ship and he was talking to Kara and Grief Karga, and when Grief Karga told the mechanic to fix the ship, like the mechanic gave too many looks to the Mando.
He
they
did.
showed it like 3 times that he.
Oh my god, dude! I had a note here. It said blue. Where's it at? Blue glance by blue guy.
Yes, he gave too many looks.
Just the glance. I wrote it down at the very beginning. The glance by the blue guy. I'm like, you dirty son bitch.
I figured he was gonna do something. So
I didn't say that's funny though. I wrote glance by the blue guy.
So
He's gonna double cross him.
When they told him to go back to get the child, I thought he was gonna go back and he wasn't gonna be there.
I did too.
That mechanic was probably gonna take him.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
it didn't turn out that way. It turned out he just put a tracker on the ship. But I knew something. I was like, oh, he's not going to be there. They took the child.
When they were going through and then all of a sudden you seen the TIE fighters trying to come up on them, did anyone scream a little bit of yes once you saw that the ship
Yes.
come flying over?
Yeah.
No, but it was the throwback to the trench run of the
I don't care, but I was like, that is awesome right there.
TIE fighters targeting, it's all there, and then instead of Han Solo with boom, you got the clear shot. Yeah, go on. It's Din Djarin coming from the exact same angle, blowing out the same guy, and then putting on a freaking display.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
He knows how to pilot.
That was a flying
line. When the crest is right, it is right, and he put down some serious skills, which was where were these acquired? I mean, his story runs deep, and we're only seeing from this part forward. Where did he acquire all of this? These skill sets. So, I'd love to hear some flashback a little bit more, and tell me how he learned. When did he learn to fly?
Yeah, but the best part about that was Baby Yoda going, yeah.
Yeah, he was having a blast.
And then he throws up at the end, and he throws the cookies up. Yeah, that was good.
I have two issues with that scene. The one issue was the TIE fighters should have been way faster than that damn bus they was driving.
Right.
So there's no way they should have been hanging back all that time, shooting. That's like a fighter jet racing a bus. There's no way.
There's no way.
So I was kind of like, come on. But I get it. Star Wars got a Star Wars. So okay.
Yeah.
But then the Razor Crest, how long were they gone? A couple hours maybe? And it's fixed to almost brand new. Come on, that's
I thought the same thing, but look, I chalked that up to the power of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, again, Star Wars got a Star Wars, but as soon as I saw how new it looked, I was like, come on, we've all been from mechanic. They gotta get parts, and they gotta fly in from different planets. Like, there's no way this backwater town had all the parts it needed to fix that ship to damn near brand new in a couple hours. No,
true.
So I was like. Oh,
it's Star Wars time, man! It's Star Wars time.
And
he's like, "Why you do that to me? Why you do that?"
I was just like, "Oh, whatever."
I
let it go. But sometimes that's what I do, man. I overthink this stuff sometimes, but I'll let it go because it was awesome.
I like how the X-wing fighter was asking about the Mando's plane and stuff like that at the end.
Yeah.
That was super clever interview. I never mentioned the Razor Crest. What do you know?
They know. I mean, they know. The stories have gotten out. I mean, we kind of caught that. Not the last episode, the episodes before that, the spiders. His reputation is like getting out there, so they know it was him, or at least they have a really solid idea that it was him.
Yeah.
Now, well, maybe I'll save it for this end. And when you get to the end, I'm going to throw a question out there. That I think,
throw it out there.
Well, I mean, come on, guys. We've seen the next set of movies. We know that there's a full-blown Snoke with powers. Right. And we don't ever see any reference to this baby. I mean...
Is he going to die? I think so. Listen, it's either...
I hate to say it, fellas, but it's not shaping up.
Baby Yoda dies at this point. There's going to be Star Wars fans for days crying friggin' rivers for these planets. If Baby Yoda dies,
they're gonna have come up with some very creative way to say, he's been hidden or on ice or somewhere, and those movies. Don't worry about that. I don't even know what to do because honestly, we just had a series that says The Last Jedi. We already know. Snoke,
unless they found another Force sensitive, because remember, Ahsoka's still alive.
But still, this kid's never mentioned, and he's got powers. So what's up?
His other Jedi out there.
Maybe he wasn't old enough to be mentioned in the other ones, because what is he now? He's like 55 now or 50. I mean, so he's still a toddler at 50 years old. Maybe he just was too young to make it in the other movies. I don't know, but I don't want to think that he's gonna die because I think Disney will get toilet papered. I think they'll get creepy, bigger and shit.
They will burn Disney Plus to the ground if Baby Yoda dies.
It actually is Yoda. Hold on, ready for this one? There's going to be some story that's told where the Yoda that we all knew and love actually died. He took this kid's body, and nobody ever knew it. Nobody ever knew it.
That is an idea.
And since he looks so fucking old anyway, excuse me, sorry. Since he looks so old anyway,
yeah, I would go against that only because if he did take over his body, he would still be his same self. Like he would still have the knowledge that he had. So
what if it was like a reincarnation and he had to
go a reincarnation
birthday process?
And there's some other story that they haven't told yet where oh man, by the way, you know that Yoda that you guys knew and loved that whole time? Yeah, nah. He died actually. This is a different one who took his body.
But remember,
I think he's a clone, and I think there's another one.
Well, the child was alive at the same time Yoda was alive. Because remember, he was born around the same time as Anakin.
But who's to say if that's a clone? Who's to say there isn't another one, and that's the one they acquire for Snoke?
Well, that could be too. If they cloned him, yeah, it's possible. But again, cloning a Force sensitive doesn't always make it Force sensitive. So
it's crazy time in Star Wars world.
I actually had a thought that
new theory
that the child was a dyad, a Force dyad. Mainly because I meant to mention this 2 episodes ago and I kept forgetting, but I thought about it again. Because remember, force healing was a thing in like the games and the books and whatever, but it was never showed on screen. Then, of course, Disney took over, wiped all that away. And the first time we saw force healing again was in the Rise of Skywalker. And then the same week on The Mandalorian when Baby Yoda healed Grief Karga. Now, according to the movies, the reason why Rey and Kylo Ren could force heal is because they were force dyad. They're 2 sides of the same coin. They can interact with each other through the force. Right. So I'm thinking, considering that he was born the same time as Anakin, maybe Anakin is his dyad.
Ooh.
That's a theory. That's a definite theory.
That's my theory.
I love it.
That would be crazy.
And remember, Vader. Oh no, he's not alive anymore. I was about to say Vader's still alive, but no, he's not.
No, Vader should be gone in this one. But I'm still like rolling the thoughts that there might be another child.
I think there could be. I think hypothetically there could be.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a clone though. I was sticking to that, but now I don't think he's a clone. Now that I saw this episode, I'm like, okay, no, because they're trying to get his blood because he has the Force to put into clones. So that would make him.
So it couldn't be a clone because then it wouldn't have the Force blood in it.
Right.
So do we think Yoda had babies?
Well, not necessarily Yoda, but I mean, there could have been others of his species just because they didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
do we know what kind of species Yoda was?
They never reveal.
No, they don't never say. They never reveal.
They never said what planet
story.
Yeah. They never said.
We need a Yoda movie, my friend.
Oh yeah, we need a Yoda movie at this point. There's
Yoda Don't sleep.
So when the TIE fighter is not the TIE fighter, the X-Wing fighter is talking to what's her name?
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune. What is he saying to her? Because I almost feel like he was speaking in some foreign language. It's almost like he was just speaking of stuff that they would relate to and no one else.
Well, being that she was a fighter for the Republic, I'm assuming he was trying to play to her feelings to say like, come fight for us. Because remember, they're on the outer rim. Now, the Empire, nor the New Republic, nor the Old Republic, like they never could control the outer rim. And that's what those X-Wing fighters are out there doing, trying to enforce the law. But you can't really out there because, you're so focused on the core worlds. So I think he was trying to just pull her back into the fold. And the fact that in the first season, when we met Cara Dune, she said that she was basically fighting out of revenge because, remember, they blew up Alderaan, and that's where she's from. So she lost.
I wrote that down too. Yeah, from Alderaan.
Right. So now instead of fighting for revenge, like fight to help control the galaxy, because he's saying that they know something crazy is happening in the outer rim, but the core worlds, they're kind of like, yeah, whatever. And that basically is what led to the First Order rising back up, because they were out there doing their stuff, and the Republic was really worried about it. So he's trying to. My basic thought is he's trying to recruit whoever he can to come help, so they can try to get control of the outer rim, the outer rims.
What was the badge that he laid down? What was that?
It's a New Republic badge. It's basically it's like when you go to the town and they give you the sheriff badge, you're the new sheriff.
Yeah, that's what
she was the marshal.
Yeah, he's giving her a badge.
He dropped it. He left the badge on her.
Yeah, if you want to come back to New Republic, boom, here you go. So whenever she's ready, she can join up.
We understand the importance of Alderaan, right?
No.
The planet of Alderaan? Okay. I had a feeling because of the look on your faces, guys. Alderaan was that first planet that the Death Star in 1978 blew up.
Yep, another New Hope reference. That's where Princess Leia was from. Well, not where she was from, but
they pulled Princess Leia to the bridge and said, okay, well, I guess we'll just test this on your home planet of Alderaan. She's like, no, they're peaceful. Yeah, tough. They're gone.
That was the first planet that was blown up by it.
And that's where the Millennium Falcon was headed, to Alderaan. Right. And it came out of hyperspace into the remnants of Alderaan and said it's gone. What do you mean it's gone? It's gone. There's a moon over there. And that's not a moon.
That's no moon.
Alderaan. So now, as you can see, for the diehard Star Wars people, when they do stuff like that, Cara Dune from Alderaan, you're like, oh, yeah, she's pissed. You understand. You get tingles when you hear shit like that. You're like, oh, another one, another Easter egg. Thank you.
Yeah.
Where do we see the next one going? Because did you
already see did you guys get the title for next week's?
No. What is the title for next week?
I already got that. Hold on. Let me
drop it on us. Drop it on
us. Title for next week is Chapter 13, The Jedi.
Jedi. Going to find Ahsoka. And Dave Filoni is directing, Ahsoka.
He directed and wrote it.
So we gotta see Ahsoka. We got to.
Here we go.
And the fact that Moff Gideon is tracking them, he's probably gonna follow them there. And it's probably gonna end on some, Empire ships stopping them from leaving the planet. What do we do now? And then boom, next episode. It's gonna end on a big cliffhanger. I think
the only thing I was a little disappointed about, because it took away some of the surprise, was if you watch I always watch the opening recaps, and at first I thought, did I click on the wrong episode? Because it was going off of recaps from season 1.
Yes.
And I stopped the video at first, went back. It's like, wait, am I on the right one? And I'm like, yeah, I'm on the right one. I was like,
it's important. They want to make sure they freshen up these important details, that they're going to touch on. I think it's brilliant. That's why that was the first question I asked last week. Remember, do you guys watch those, or do you skip them? Because you can skip them.
I don't skip them.
You can skip them, but I'm like, man, no, I don't want to skip them. Oh, you want me to see this for a reason. Why did you choose this for this 45 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever it is?
Especially showing the bounty of Fishman. It's like,
Who else thinks they could have did better makeup on him? I think his makeup's horrible. I hated his makeup.
Oh man,
I
don't disagree. He was kind of cheesy, but I think he was the comedy relief anyway.
Is that what it is? He's the comedy relief. I mean, that would be comedy
relief.
I mean, come on, they smashed his speeder. That was
And he was played by Horatio Sands. He's one of the guys from Saturday Night Live. So he's a comedian. Yeah, they're continuing their tradition of using Saturday Night Live people on their show.
I love it.
Hold on. I didn't even know this.
I didn't either.
They use Saturday Night Live guys in their movies and shows.
Remember the stormtrooper that got in all kind of trouble for punching Baby Yoda? That's a Saturday Night Live guy.
That was what's his name?
You don't remember that?
Remember the stormtrooper? I can't remember his name. Yeah.
No, I don't remember that now. But
when the two stormtroopers were talking and they had Baby Yoda in the bag, and then he opened the bag, and then he put his finger out, and Baby Yoda bit him, and then he punched him. He punched Baby Yoda. Yeah.
That was a Saturday Night Live crew member.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I did not know that they were using the Saturday Night Live guys. That's pretty cool, though.
Dude, my mind's blown now.
Bill Burr. Remember Bill Burr from the episode?
What do you mean your mind's blown now? Your mind's blown on the show, man.
And I believe Amy Sedaris also, the lady mechanic.
Hey, Just wait till WandaVision comes out, and I'll be coming up with all the Easter eggs.
Come with them.
Oh, I'm having Easter eggs for that too.
The repair guy was giving Mando looks at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
What did y'all think at the end though, where you find out that he like slipped a bug on his ship?
We knew it. I called it. I was like, well, that's what I'm saying. I wrote it down when it happened. When I saw the glance, I'm like, dude, there's something wrong with that guy. And then it comes back at the end, and I went up here and I circled this, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. I called it.
I thought he was going to steal Baby Yoda, but
that's what I thought. That was my thought.
Yeah, I thought something happened to Yoda.
Then they revealed that the baby was with Mando, and I was like, okay, what happened? And then when they talked about him planting the tracker, I was like, oh, okay.
Now, I'm not sure the timeline because I'm so confused with these timelines now. But the lady that's talking to Moff Gideon, she seems to be kind of a commander. You never know, man. She could be a reference to somebody. We haven't gotten her name yet, but maybe she comes back. She could be a reference
to that. What was it? That silver trooper, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm just saying. It felt like, there's just a person that they put out there. I felt like her character. There's gonna be more to that one for some reason. Some people you don't get the feeling, that's just some schmuck. He may die. He may die. But some people, you get the feeling. Ooh, who's this?
Let's also not overlook. Let's not overlook the room that Moff Gideon was standing in.
I was getting there. What was all of those things?
Dark Troopers. Ooh.
Okay, that was the last thing. Are they dark? I call them Death Troopers. Are they Dark Troopers or Death Troopers?
Well,
Death Troopers.
They looked like Dark Troopers, and I didn't know this, but somebody told me that on the app, because I usually have my closed captioning on, but there's also a function where it reads certain scenes to you, I guess, if you really can't see that well. And it called them Dark Troopers. So I was like, okay, well, that confirmed it.
Okay.
But I was saying they were either Dark Troopers, Death Troopers, or what they call them, Dark Troopers, Death Troopers, and there's another type of trooper that wore black. But they were Dark Troopers.
And these are reference to comic book.
No, they originally were in what was the name of the game? It's one of the video games. I don't remember.
Video game.
But they were like droid clone hybrids. So yeah. And I'm assuming they're gonna try to possibly make them force sensitive, because there were some troopers, I think the Death Troopers, that were force sensitive. So
yeah, because at the
Shadow Troopers. There you go. Shadow Troopers.
Troopers. Those troopers look badass.
Yeah.
I found a picture of them.
Share it.
Yeah, they're Dark Troopers, Shadow Troopers, and Death Troopers. They're all different, but they all wore black.
Now they have those helmets now at what do you call it? Think Geek.
There you go.
Those look awesome.
See, the big black one.
Come on, man.
Trooper. The little skinny one is a Dark Trooper, and I believe the one in the middle is a Shadow Trooper.
Yeah, so that guy in the middle right there, you can go to Think Geek, and they actually have like those helmets for sale right now. I want every one of the Star Wars helmets. The problem is they're like $100 a piece.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, the Vader one. That's the only.
Those are awesome looking troopers, though.
They are. They really are awesome looking troopers. They really are. So where do we think they're going? I mean, what do we think's next?
Well, we know they're going to the Jedi at this point.
Yeah, they're gonna go to that planet, which was where are they going? What's the name of that planet?
I don't remember the name of the planet. But
Caladan, on the forest planet of Corvus.
Yeah. So they're going to find Ahsoka.
Go to find Ahsoka.
Yeah. And from this point on, everything's going to be new, because all of the scenes that we used in like the trailers and stuff has all been seen already.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So now it's like, what's left? So we got 4 episodes of brand new footage that I don't think has been shown yet.
Very cool.
So it's going to be interesting.
Star Wars Galaxies. What was that? Was that a video game?
Galaxies is, yes, I believe it's on iOS.
This has it on it has images of the Death Troopers in here.
Yeah.
So it's the video game has the images of the Death Troopers.
Yeah, they're using the Death Troopers in the game.
Yeah, there's a few Galaxies, I believe, came out maybe 3 years ago, but the games that they originated from are old school. They're like from original PlayStation games.
So they went way back in some of these characters.
They've been mentioned in the books too, but the first time they came out was in the games.
There's first. It says the first footage of a Death Trooper was shown in Rogue One, a Star Wars story teaser trailer on April 7th.
Yes, those were the Death Troopers. But these are
those are the Death Troopers.
Yes, I told you it's 3 different ones: the Death, the Dark, and the Shadow. But they all wear black.
Yeah, and it shows too. It says the first iteration of the project came years before Battle Yavin stationed aboard the Imperial Research Station using most of the same technology that had been used to transform Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader.
Yeah, they were like human. They were like clone droid hybrids.
Well, Gideon's got that thing on his chest. That
I always thought. Yeah, it looks like a Vader.
It looks like a Vader piece, right? A Vader chest control board. So
Gideon pops somewhere. And it has.
I gotta give him pop here. So I mean, so we think he's going to find the Jedis. Is that where he's going? Are they going to follow him there? Because I think that they're going to have to drag this out a little further. If they're not careful, then it all ends in the next episode, right? I mean, if you're thinking about this the right way, he finds the Jedis, he gives the child back.
Well, since we already know the title, I think you have to say he's gonna find her in this next one.
Go ahead.
You know, I was gonna say if I didn't know that it was already titled The Jedi, I would say this next episode is perfect, coming off of the big reveal to be a filler episode of where he has to go somewhere to get something, to do something, to get something, to go somewhere to buy.
I thought this episode would be the filler, and the next one was going to be the exciting one because I already knew Filoni was directing episode 5.
Yeah,
so I thought this episode would be more filler.
With the next one being titled Jedi, directed by Filoni, it's gonna be huge again. He's got to find Ahsoka, and they're tracking him. So, man, I'd love to see a nice little Ahsoka Gideon black saber duel.
Yeah, well, Gideon has no choice, no chance. I mean, Ahsoka, no chance, especially if he's not force sensitive. And I was thinking that he might have been force sensitive, but now I don't think so because if they have to harvest force sensitive blood, why wouldn't he use his own blood? So then maybe he's not force sensitive. But something I was thinking, because when let me find it, when the scientist Dr. Pershing was talking about the volunteer saying that he wouldn't survive, what if Moff Gideon is the volunteer? He's trying to transfer force sensitive blood to himself so he can have it. So I'm thinking maybe. So,
very interesting.
Did anyone notice who? Sorry, you guys have got me completely interested in some of this stuff, and I'm looking through like internet on these streams. But did you guys anyone realize who's actually playing Ahsoka?
No.
Yes, Rosario
Dawson.
Supposed to be. It still hasn't officially.
It said it wasn't confirmed. It said it wasn't confirmed, and up to basically not October, but earlier, and then it said in October. The German Disney Plus Instagram account published a story naming Dawson as part of the upcoming season's casting.
Yeah.
We haven't seen her yet, though. We'll see.
It still hasn't been confirmed that she's playing Ahsoka, but the rumors are that she's Ahsoka. Because she got to be Ahsoka. Come on. If they don't make her Ahsoka, I quit.
JKO, give us the Easter eggs. I know you have them.
Oh, Easter eggs. All right.
Come on.
Okay. The very first sound you hear as the episode starts is the sound of the hyperdrive failing. The exact same sound the Millennium Falcon made when the hyperdrive failed. So as soon as the episode started,
right? I love it.
I was like, oh man.
And it's failed in like every movie. You get that.
Yeah, exactly. It was awesome. Let's see. When the Mando and Baby Yoda were drinking their soup after he shocked himself, you see they're kind of mirroring each other. So that shows that they're forming a bond, which I think is why he's not going to be able to get Baby Yoda up. The Mando skull was missing from the convert. We talked about that when they first when she went in and fought the species. When they were walking towards the bar that they turned into a school. In the background, there's an IG-88 statue. That was the droid that blew himself up the last episode last season. That was kind of cool.
You're right.
I didn't catch that either.
Yeah, statue. Very cool. It was like in the center of a like it was like the centerpiece to a square or something.
Yeah, it's only like 3-second shot. So as they're moving, if you're not focused back there, you won't catch it. So I barely caught it. I had to go back. I was like, oh. When the protocol droid, which of course looks like C-3PO, I have to mention. Is teaching the kids about the space lanes, the hyperspace lanes. They mentioned the Hydian Way, which was from. Oh geez, I had it in my head. I didn't write it down, and now I can't remember. But I'll think of it. They mentioned the Maelstrom, the Acadiz Maelstrom, which is part of the Kessel Run that was mentioned in the Solo movie. They were also learning about the core worlds and the unknown regions. They didn't mention the unknown regions, but they did say the unknown worlds. So, because it's just me and Nancy was drinking, it sounded like an air seal was open.
Yes,
he lifted his helmet. I didn't catch that.
I did. I heard it too, and I wanted to mention it. Great job, Andy Roberts, for mentioning that.
Andy, good catch.
And that would make sense, since in the other episode, when the other Mandos had their seal, he would alert, okay, let me seal up my
But I never noticed it before until just that scene when he was lifting it up and bringing it down to drink his soup.
Yeah, because he didn't have it before.
Yes. So great job, Andy.
I missed it. Good catch, Andy. I applaud you. Let's see. When the Mithril mentioned he couldn't see out his left eye, that's from the carbonite sickness. Because remember, Han came out of carbonite, he couldn't see.
Yeah, I mentioned him. Yeah, he said carbonite sickness.
So how long does that last?
Well, it's different.
How long you're in there?
No, it's different for different people, different species, whatever. Like some people die in carbonite freezing, so it depends.
Hey, did you know that Leia was in carbonite?
Where? When? It was in
comic books. Read the comic books.
Yeah.
In the new storyline that just came out, which
I haven't been reading it. So.
This new Marvel stuff is now canon, so that new right. So
let me stop you real quick. And I just found, again, maybe it's my reading up finally on Star Wars first of all, but is there anywhere in the movies that actually showed that Ahsoka was the apprentice?
No.
Of Anakin Skywalker.
It was brand new to the Clone Wars. Yeah.
Nobody it was in the cartoons.
So she was taught by Anakin.
Yes. Yeah, she met Anakin when she was about 14 years old, and she became a general in the Clone Wars.
See, now y'all gonna have me going down a completely different rabbit hole.
Watch it, man. Clone Wars is so good.
I told you, watch season 7 of Clone Wars and season 1 of Rebels.
Yeah, it's so good. Okay, the land speeder that they were in is possibly the new model that Luke was talking about. Remember in the New Hope?
Yeah, he referenced that new model.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
It hasn't been his model hasn't been as in demand since the new model came out. So I think that was a callback to that model. I don't know what the number was. I can't remember. Of course, they used the code word Dank Ferric again because every episode now Dank Ferric. So I guess I have to start saying that.
Start saying what?
That's like a curse word, right?
Like a curse word. Yeah,
it's a little curse word. Dank Ferric.
Dank Ferric.
Yeah, every episode so far this season, I believe they've said that.
Dank Ferric.
And usually it seems like it's as a curse word. So I'm assuming it's a curse. It's like achuta. That's a curse word. And that's from Empire Strikes Back when C-3PO sees the other protocol droid and he's like, oh, and the droid says achuta. Yeah, that's a curse word. I'm sorry. Anyway, the Tresker Marauder, when they went up to the platform and the Mithril was like, oh, a mint Tresker Marauder, we can get a fortune for it. I don't know what it's from, but I'm assuming it's a game reference because they wouldn't have called it out if it wasn't from something. So I'm guessing it's a game reference. Maybe one of the games I played, maybe I didn't. I don't know. The funny part with the Mithril complaining about no railing, that's an ongoing joke with the Empire because there's never railing when they have like ledges and stuff, and it's been made fun of on plenty of shows, Family Guy, Robot Chicken, all that stuff. So that was kind of funny that they kind of poked fun at themselves. Let me see. when he powered down the coolant, it was the same power down sound as the tractor beams from A New Hope. The two scientists that they shot down before they could purge were wearing the cloners patches, so they were part of the cloners. When the stormtroopers came out, when they were on the platform, they did the line, "There they are, blast them." A New Hope reference, because they said the same thing in New Hope.
Same line.
The trench run call back again when they were going through the trench being shot at. Let me see what else. The X-Wing pilot that was talking to Cara Dune is the same one that was talking to the Mando when he was on the ice planet. It's the same actor, same guy. And one of the coolest shots was when they showed the Star Destroyer coming onto the screen, the exact same shot as the first shot in A New Hope. It was awesome. I was like, the opening shot. Oh my goodness. That's all I got. I was like, oh, they really did the Star Wars callbacks from A New Hope. Like almost every one of them was from A New Hope. So that was cool.
I guess I didn't realize there were so many references to The New Hope. This is like Chris said, this is one of my favorites. So this has definitely been one of my favorites on this one.
It was really good.
JB, did you notice anything that he didn't point out?
No, just that when I saw the clones in those capsules, I knew right away that it was Snoke. I mean, I'm glad y'all knew. Paused it right away and was like, boom.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, "What's that?" I said, "That's Snoke."
Yeah.
That's
but
Snoke.
It's not the actual Snoke, because remember,
because there was a bunch of them. There was
so that's definitely a facility where they were trying to perfect the technique. Reference to Knights of the Old Republic. Possibly. I played Knights of the Old Republic, but I don't remember every detail of it. So I'm pretty sure that it was a reference to one of the games.
Guys, we're gonna wrap it up.
Cool.
Fett, what do you have going on next week? You want to talk to us about?
I got a couple toy hunt videos coming out, and I do a wrestling podcast with my buddy. We kind of do a watch party. So
yeah, I noticed that you're doing what is that where you put a build and chill?
Oh yeah, and I also build model kits and stuff, and just come hang out and talk. If you build them, me and my buddies get on and just kind of just hang out, just build model kits and stuff.
Lots and lots of fun. JKO, what do you got going on?
I actually have a video coming out in a couple of hours. I just got to finish it, and I got my Captain America from the deluxe set, so I'm gonna be putting that video together probably tonight. Oh, don't drop it! So he just came in, so yeah, I got all 6.
Hey, you can send that over this way, by the way.
It's still available on Amazon.com.
The link is in the description below.
Exactly, link is in the description. I'm an Amazon associate. If you buy it through my link, I get a small.
Buy it through my link.
Buy it through my link.
Cool.
That's very cool.
That's pretty much it. I got videos and stuff coming. Wednesdays 4:30, Hot Topics. Me and Pop Heat. We got stuff going.
JB, what do you got going on, bud?
Well, I haven't been going live as much. I've been doing some more edited videos, and my top 10 is still out for next week, and it's performing really well. It might be my best performing thumbnail. Anyway, the next video I got going is going to be I'm all into this 10 of Swords storyline, and I'm going to be talking about part 17, 18, and 19. That's going to be the next video that I do. So I'm looking forward to that.
Now, you were talking about that earlier. Are you saying that all of these stories kind of join together? Is that what you were saying? That 7 or 8 different comic books all kind of are starting to come together, a lot like Pulp Fiction?
Well, no, this storyline has been amazing. It has spanned all of the X titles. X-Men, X-Force, Wolverine, Cable. All the money I've spent on this is just astronomical, but it's been written really well. I've enjoyed the story and how it's progressed and how these arcs are starting to come to an end, because each of these individual characters are having a really good story arc, a couple of them specifically, and I'm all in. I mean, I'm 100% in. I can't wait for next week, which will be the conclusion to this. You're going to get the last 3 issues of this entire storyline and see how it plays out. This is, we know it's a tournament of swords, if anybody knows, but guess what? It wasn't just about swords. The tournament got all kind of crazy and did a bunch of really weird and interesting things. And I'm going to talk about that on my video right there. Whenever
right there, right there. that one right there.
Next.
Chris, what do you got going on, bud?
We got some Funkos next week. We got some lives. We got another edition of Techbot After Dark. But the big thing we got coming up next week is I'm going to drop a special. And it's not going to be very long. It's probably going to be about 5 minutes long. A special live stream on Monday to announce for my channel, although there's going to be a 3-channel cooperation with this, a giveaway to send everybody over to JKL's channel.
Ooh.
Yeah. Also, I hit 200 subscribers, baby.
We're getting you to 300. We forget about 200. We're off. We're past 200.
We're gonna jump.
Going to 300.
Like I tell you guys all the time, like, I don't really do it for the subscribers and all. I mean, yeah, I care, but I really don't. And the fact that you guys are pulling for me, that I really appreciate that. And I thank you. I thank you a lot.
So keep an eye out. There's gonna be 3 videos dropping on Monday. One from me, one from Wayneko, and one from Poppin' Duos. Ooh. And each one of us are giving out a separate giveaway. I just went out and bought mine today, and it's gonna be a good one. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then, like I said, we'll give you all the rules and information as you go. And then next Friday, we will be giving those away. But definitely, and the thing is, we do it because, JKL is a good guy. There's no reason he should be at 200 by any means. He should be way more than that. The information this guy brings out is ridiculous. And he goes out and he helps everybody.
Did we decide if we're going to do the Bamboozled? So we kind of have this behind the scenes game going on, and we're not going to really tell y'all how we're going to do it.
Tell you what the keywords
because then it's going to spoil the whole game. But we kind of have this whole behind the scenes game going, and every time there's a certain keyword used, we're going to eat some bamboozled jelly beans, and we're going to do that the whole episode. I think it's going to be hysterical.
Cool.
I think it's going to be hysterical. We'll see how that works out.
Oh, it's not going to be good.
It's not gonna be good.
Poppin' Duos is doing it too. So
yeah, I used to play that all the time with my kids. It's not good.
It's gonna be a lot like a drinking
couple
game.
on my channel. It's not good.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Man. Hey guys, I really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Hey, their channel, link to their channels is down in the description below. So make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. I really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. And until next time, guys, I'll see y'all next week.